So I'm doing my pots. So I did 4 already, just a little bit, because I want to see how much all of my items that I bought, my soil and my amendments, will make. So when I'm done, I'll show you exactly how many of my big Miracle Grow bags, how much of the small ones, and all the amendments that I use to fill or halfway fill these grow bags. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Alfia's world, where it's not just my world, but it's your world. And for the most part, it's God's world, so stay blessed and don't be stressed. If you're new here, hi, my name's Alfia. And if you're not new here, welcome back. So today, guys, I'm going to be filling my grow bags. So I went to Home Depot or Lowe's, I forgot which one, and I got some potting soil, some mushroom compost, and some garden soil also from Miracle Grow, and I got from Amazon some worm castings, fertilizer, and perlite. So that is what I'm going to be filling my beds with. So at some point I am going to be using the potting mix that is for in-ground in my containers, but I'm going to put the compost and perlite for possible drainage and for moisture retention and see what happens. But just watch the video. And I also am going to try putting sand, just because people say, and I want to try it, that you can use sand as a irrigation option or for proper drainage. So I think I'm gonna do 2 bags of that, but for right now for this bag I'm using the potting soil, mushroom compost, perlite, worm castings, and then some fertilizer. And then I'm trying my best to break it up so it can be as airy as possible without any twigs or sticks, because when you are creating a garden soil or potting soil for a container, you want to make sure it doesn't have those barky twigs and hard debris, so that the roots will have trouble moving towards the container. So at first when I was doing this, I was like, this is gonna take a lot, but I'm just trying to see how I'm gonna grow in this container, because I don't want to spend too much money on potting soil. So now you see me putting in the potting mix from Miracle Grow, and I think that got me to, I think it was 2 containers, maybe 3. And now I'm gonna be putting in the in-ground garden mix, because that's what I have and I'm gonna use it. I'm just gonna doctor it up and put some amendments in it. So you see the difference that I'm trying to show you. Some of it, the potting soil, I think, has some cocoa coir in there, and the in-ground bed mix just has a lot of, I guess, bark and other material. But it's all gonna break down at some point. And I have my mushroom compost that I'm gonna put in there, and my perlite that I'm also gonna put in there with my worm casting, just to, like I say, doctor it up. So perlite it's used for aeration and drainage. Vermiculite is used for moisture. So probably I'm gonna get some vermiculite maybe in the middle of the season or next season. Just gonna judge off of what my experience is with this formula of me mixing the potting soil. So if you my gardening ladies, my gardening gentlemen, have any recommendations of what I'm doing, I'm pretty much just trying to create a soil mix for my containers as cost efficient as possible and hoping for the best. So I think that's pretty good in terms of potting mix. It looks pretty fluffy and airy, and I'm just gonna put in a mound so that if I do have to use this soil mix right now, I can just see how many inches I have at the bottom. and how much more I have to fill the container. So watch the video, guys. I'm gonna show you guys one more time of how I fill the bags. So I am not sure of how much sand you're supposed to use. I'm pretty much just playing all of this by eye. If I do realize that my soil is not draining properly, obviously I will put in more, and that needs to be put in. But I'm still gonna just use the same amendments that I've been using. I'm just going to, instead of the perlite, I'm going to use the sand. The sand was about $4.80 from Lowe's. So yeah. The reason why I'm putting it in a mound is, and I'm putting my hand in it, is to see how much depth of space I have, just in case I do have to start my plants off in these grow bags and then just gradually add soil. So I got about 6 inches, and that should be fine. And now I told myself, Sophia, you know what, just add the soil into my green stocks that I've created, because at least that'll be fertile soil, amended soil that I could just pop my plants in and allow it to grow. And then all I have to do is replenish the bags that I did not, that I put the green stocks, that I put the soil in the green stocks, and then just replenish the grow bags and keep it moving. And at least I can also see how much soil I'm using to fill up all these bags. So total it would be 10 12-gallon bags plus 3 of the green stocks. Yeah. So kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I can say that if you do buy a green stock and you do have the money, I would say to buy, I think they say the best potting soil to use is Happy Frog. Go right ahead and buy it. I think for 2 cubic feet it's like, I think it's like $30 or $25. I don't have that for my green stocks. I don't have that for my containers. So this is why I'm using this route. to try to see if it makes sense to purchase all the amendments and just do it for myself. And also when it comes to seed starting, I can also make my own mix. So it's always good to see if you can, you know, save a couple dollars versus just buying what the company provides. Because sometimes it's literally just you researching and being able to say, hey, if I buy all the amendments and all the products, I make my own soil and make an abundance of it. Instead of me buying one bag that's going to be covering 2 cubic feet for a $30 amount, whereas you can spend $100 on the amendments or on the products, and you can use it for your whole entire garden for more than one season. That makes more sense. So if you're able to and you don't have the time to do what I'm doing and to experiment or plan or figure out a budget, then go ahead and get you a Happy Frog and get you a green stock and start if you don't have the time to do what I'm doing. So what I am doing now is I'm obviously just refilling the containers that I just emptied into my green stocks. So about 3 containers, I'm going to go ahead and put, you know, the mixture of what I've been mixing. I'm going to combine it just like what I've been combining this whole entire time. And at least I know that what I have, which I'm about to show y'all what I use to to put in these containers to try to fill them up, is what I used. Make sense? All right. So we are done. Oh, we are finished. Tired is like an understatement of how I'm feeling, but I was able to distribute the soil amongst 10 of the 20-gallon grow bags, and then obviously I have the 3 green stalks that I filled. So I have a little bit of Miracle Grow in-ground soil that I'm just going to top off all of the grow bags. Just so that I can see what all the bags that I got, what it did in terms of filling the bags. So I'm just gonna share out, as you would say, share out all the soil to the bags until it's done. So everybody get a little bit. Nobody's left without soil. So that is what I am doing. Y'all see Mana's Mercedes-Benz out here? See her high chair? Because I had to try to comfort her. Separation anxiety. I mean, separation is the root of all evil. I'm telling you. Breastfeeding moms, dealing with separation anxiety from children, from kids, from newborns, I give y'all all the grace. But she was able to fall asleep. And this is why I'm able to do this video, because I know she's going to give me 20 minutes. And I have the monitor inside, so I'm actually checking it every 5 minutes while I'm outside and doing this gardening. So I got many jobs, many hats, okay? Two of these, 4 of these, 2 of these, and I used the worm castings. I still have a bunch. Sand, still have a whole bag. And my garden fertilizer, I'm good on that. And then I used all of this. to fill 10 grow bags, and 3 of my green stalks. Now I still have 3 other tiers that I just need to refresh, but I do still have 3 other bags in the front and some potting soil, some other soil that's in the front. So I should be good because I have my worm castings, and I'm gonna go visit the stable so I can get some more horse manure. But I didn't want to fill all of it with horse manure. So at this point, it's gonna be about 20% of what I just put in soil, and then 80%, unfortunately, or probably just like 30%, because I'm not gonna fill it all the way to the top. Probably 70% of horse manure. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then within the years and the time, as time progresses, I'll put more soil. But I think right now I'm okay. And then my green stalks are pretty much filled. So I feel good, I feel confident. I don't feel so bad because it could have been worse. I could have needed a whole lot more bags. But this just goes to show you just gotta take your time. If you know you want to do everything at once, then you're gonna spend a lot of money to fill them all completely. But because I know I have seasons to go, I'm okay, and I know that what do I need to get from the stable, and when I need to go see her, and that's at the end, all that other stuff. So her compost, the horse manure, which she does have some that's completely broken down, it's usually with like wood shavings. So I'm not only putting horse manure like fully nitrogen. She does still have also some compostable material that will break down also in the soil. So yeah, so as I'm tired and I finally got Megan to calm down, like it was a mess, but I got through it. I didn't go live because I wanted to do this content. I'm probably gonna push it out. See my hands black, fingernails black. I wanted to get with the dirt, but like, comment. So guys, let me tell you guys what happened. So I went to the stable, right? And they're gonna tell me, oh, it's $5 a bag now for a horse manure, no longer free. And the lady's like, Alfia, I really am not in agreement to this, but hey, that's the owner. So I said, okay, cool. I went on YouTube University and I said, okay, what's the best way, cost-effective way to fill up a container? So they said, okay, leaves, branches, say no more. So I went in my backyard and I said, okay, Alfia, we finna be cost-effective. So I put some pine needles in the bottom, which is about, I would say 10 or 15%. Then I took out, I poured the soil that we had already made from before, put in a bucket just to hold it in there, and then I poured it on top like what you just saw. And then I took my horse manure, so I brought 6 bags. So these potting soil bags that I had from before, I filled those up in addition to 4 other pretty much 2.5 cubic feet bags, and I filled them up with soil. So there are also some worms in there, which was great, that I got with my compost, and I just put it on top. So see guys, it's pretty much 85-90% filled. Yep, I did it. There we go. That's what we're gonna do this summer. And I was able to see some little worms that were in the compost. So this is one of the reasons why I do like getting compost from the stable. But $5 a bag. Oh Lord, I think next time they said they'll do $50 for a truckload. I might do that, or I'll just start my own compost pile. I'm not gonna lie, I might just do my own compost pile, do my own worm bin, and just create my own ecosystem, because it's crazy out here. But the compost does look good. Don't get me wrong, it does look good, but I don't know if I want to pay for it. So my peppers have been in this container for some time now, and I'm separating them and putting them in their own little container. I'm using this seed starting mix and solo cups. There's 10 plants. And of course, I have Malin right beside me. So yeah, I'm up potting. So this is what it looks like. Malin, no, Malin, no. So this is how the roots look. This is how I knew I had to up pot because it was hitting the light too much. But this is the root system I'm gonna put in here. Yeah, it's strong roots, so I'm pretty happy. So when I end up potting, I do take these leaves off right here, the ones that first sprouted before they got the true leaves. So these have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These almost have 6 true leaves, so that's why I knew it's time to up pot. But yeah, I'm gonna take these off so that when I have to actually put it in the ground, which is probably gonna be in about 3 weeks, or whatever pot I'm gonna put them in, I won't have to worry about these. But this grew pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, the roots, it looks pretty good. So this is the last one I have to plant. Now I'm gonna plant my callaloo seeds. Right. Maybe no. I'm just gonna put them in this kiwi container that I have because I just want to broadcast them and let them sprout. These do have holes on the bottom. So I'm gonna put this soil here, in here, and then add some more seed starting mix. So this is my broadleaf callaloo. I'm gonna plant in here. So I'm just gonna broadcast it all over. I'm just gonna water it a little bit. Not much. Just a little bit. Callaloo seeds are very small. So I'm just gonna, I don't know if y'all can see, but they're very small. So I'm gonna leave some in there. I don't even think y'all can see it. I'm gonna leave some in there, but I don't even think I need to cover it. I don't. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna use. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll pat it in. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna do. Pat it in. Or should I just put the whole thing? Yeah, I'll probably just put the whole thing because I want pretty good germination. And then I can save the seed. Yeah, I'll just do the whole thing. That's that. Get Malin over here eating dirt. Cause she wouldn't wanna. Yeah, so that's it. That's the callaloo seeds. And then I'm just gonna cover it. I'm gonna put this inside till it germinates. So put it right there. And then I'm gonna let me empty this out, all this dirt. I'm gonna put these back in here. So I have my sweet potato. I've been growing. This is our regular sweet potato. I don't know the name of it. And this one is like a Jamaican batata is what they call it. Let me show you guys how it looks. It's purple. So it started growing, so I just put more of the seed starting soil on top so that it can continue to grow. So yep, I'm growing sweet potato. It's been about 2-3 weeks since they've been growing. So I did plant some tomatoes, my determinants in my green spot because they was looking real sad. So this is how they look. They're looking a little yellow. yellow you see over there. So this one over here looked like it was about to go bye-bye. So I just decided to plant some in the green stock. I planted 3 in each, which gives me room to plant like basil, marigolds, and the other pockets. And obviously I have my grow bags, but I'm not ready for it yet. But I did plant some of my tomatoes, and then these are also some tomatoes that I have to plant out again. I'm gonna plant those out soon, probably in my other green stock. And then I have, these are doing okay, these aren't so bad. And then these are, I planted my zinnias, some basil and marigolds on the 16th, and then I have my callaloo in here that I planted. So I'm up and watering, but I just wanted to update you guys on my tomatoes. They're struggling. They're struggling, but they've been out here. When it gets to 40 degrees, I will bring them inside, and I will put these in my garage just so that they do not withstand that 48 or 50 degree, 47 or 50 degree weather. So I'm not putting my peppers out yet because those are my babies, and they're not ready yet. So guys, this is the fermented rice water. So I had drained off, I washed my rice, put it in a container in this good old bucket, covered it with, I think, a bag that I poked holes in, and I left it for 3 days. This is what I got. It has like it has a little bit of a faint like musty smell, but it's not rotten. And then it has like that frothiness on the top. I did put I would say a tablespoon of sugar, and I mixed it up, and I can now use this diluted in the garden or as a fertilizer. Yep, this is my lettuce. It's pretty much good to go. So this lettuce has been here for a good while. I think you guys have seen it with me, and it's time to cut it. So this one I'm going to do the cut and come again, which is when you cut not the complete plant or the root, but you just take off most of the leaves off of it, but you leave the root in place so that you can continue to harvest over time. But because I know it's going to get pretty hot, and it's been like almost 89 degrees in Georgia, I'm going to just use that as a cut and come again so that I can get some more lettuce. But for the other 3 rest of lettuces, I'm going to completely cut the roots off because it's getting hot and it's probably going to bolt. So that's what I'm going to do. Bolting is when it goes back to seed, it reproduces life. And yeah, so I appreciate this lettuce. I'm going to save some for my mom and for myself for us to have dinner with, and then everything else is going to grow. And I did plant some chimicys on the side, so those are also going to grow. Those are kind of like in the spinach family, and then I also did grow spinach in this same bucket, so or tote. So yeah. This is why also I tell you guys succession planting helps a lot whenever you're putting down seeds, so you know like, hey, next week I can plant this, next week I can plant that, so you're continuously getting harvest from literally one place. I came to check on the Napa cabbage to see if it is ready because it looks amazing, but I don't think it's ready yet. So we're going to leave it alone, and we're going to take our good old harvest. That's been our blessing, and we're going to say goodbye and thank you, Lord, for what He has provided for us tonight. Okay guys, so I just wanted to come and let you guys see what the garden is up to. So we're getting onions, and we did harvest some cabbages and some, I think, collards, and we are going to be pulling some things from the garden, some vegetables that are not really coming through or they're on the last leg. But it has been a week of heat in Georgia. So it's been about 89 degrees for like 3 days, and the plants have really felt it. They've been wilting. They have been having yellow leaves, and I have not been the best at coming out here and watering, especially during spring break. So I give myself grace and Sophia, it's okay, because a lot of these plants are probably going to have to be pulled because summer is here. So with that being said, I'm not going to beat myself up about it because that's just it. And this bed we have to plant as well. But the Napa cabbage in this green stock is amazing. Like, I'm going to do that next year as well. We do have some empty spots in the green stocks that are going to be for summer. We got the onions that are growing that I thought I could not grow. We have blueberries that are actually producing. That is amazing. This is the first year that I've had it and it's producing. Isn't that just amazing? We thank God for that. And there are also some things that are not so great, like my comfrey that is dying. But like I said, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. Also, my red radishes are going to seed because of the heat. But the white ones, the daikons, have been pulling through. They just have the yellow leaves. And my tried and true green stock has been sticking with me, but like I said, because of this heat, I've had to turn it a little bit more. I've had to water it a little bit more. And I also harvested a good amount of food off of this green stock for not just me, but also for my mom. So there have been a lot of blessings in the garden, and I'm truly thankful. Although I'm not always out here every single day for this past week, I'm truly grateful for what it has produced for me. So don't forget our 4 P's. Don't forget to pray, be patient, persevere, and you'll surely progress. And don't forget to be kind. Until next time, guys, I just want y'all to get a little recap of the garden. Be kind, okay? Love y'all. Bye.